This is a true story and one that I'm honestly feeling a little embarrassed to tell. When I got my first job, it was to help start New Media Retailer, and my job was going to be the first sales. When I started, my boss sat me down in this tiny little office where it was me and him, and his desk was actually facing directly at me, right from the side, which was super intimidating. I was probably, in my early 20s at the time. And so when I sat down to start my job, they gave me a little tiny old computer, even old at the time. They actually gave me a desktop phone with a dial pad and then pick up and hold it to my ear, and said, okay, here's your list of people to call and contact to start selling our service. Go for it. And I was like, okay, what do I do? I've got to approach clients and get them started. And pretty much I knew my job's to sell here. If I can't do my job, right? I've got all these people, I've got the developers and engineers, they just built the product. I've got the general manager who's literally staring right at me. We've got customer service, we've got graphic designers. Everyone in the office could hear everything I was doing, and it was my job to sell the product that everybody was invested in building. And the investors right across the hall who had put in over $300,000 at that point to start the business. How am I going to approach these clients and get them to sign up for our business? When we were selling something, even at our pricing at that point was really confusing. It was like an upfront fee that was also an annual fee plus a smaller monthly fee. And we weren't selling something cheap. Especially then, it was like $200 a month after like a $1,500 annual fee. So I started making a huge mistake. And what I did was take that list that I had and just go through it looking for emails. And I looked through emails, addresses online, and I looked for the ones that I had, or I looked on if they had any type of website or social media. And I came up with this same very generic email that I just emailed to everyone. It was like, hi, I'm Keegan. We're with New Media Retailer and we do websites and social media for businesses like yours. And I'd love to talk to you. Thanks. And I sent it. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to send a bunch of emails. That way I'm not embarrassed by being on the phone, right? In front of all these people. What if I screw up? What if I sound wrong? What if I say something dumb? And then I send these emails. I was like, all right, I'll just tell them about what we're doing. That's exciting. It excited me. And then they'll respond. And then I waited. And the day went by, another day went by, then a week went by, and I'm literally not talking to anyone because no one's responding to my email. And I'm sitting there for 8 hours a day, typing up emails and sending them to random business owners saying who I am. I know cold emailing works for some people and some businesses, and they have something figured out. And usually there's a strategy in that is not at all what I was doing. And so eventually I sat back and I said, okay, it's been 2 weeks. I'm literally not talking to anyone. I don't have any customer prospects. I'm probably going to get fired from my job, and this is never going to be a business, or they're going to find somebody else who can turn it into a business, because clearly this is not me. Without customers, you don't have a business. So that's why approaching clients and figuring that out is so key. And here's what I realized is that it's actually pretty straightforward to do it and do it well, and it works. I bought a book on cold calling, and I said, first of all, these people know nothing about me. They don't know who I am. They don't know or care why I'm emailing them. So that's first and foremost. And over email, they're going to have no idea who I am. I've got to show up. That's first and foremost. They've got to know who I am. This is before Zoom and all of that. This is probably around 2011. And so I need to actually call them over the phone. They need to hear my voice. They need to hear that I'm calling from upstate New York. They need to hear that I'm a real human. I've got to be available by phone and email to them to develop a relationship. That's first and foremost. And so when we think about approaching clients, we think about going in and doing something that is not human, right? We're going to trick them into being our customer. That's not at all what you have to do. You have to be a real person and develop a relationship with that person, because trust is the first factor in whether or not someone buys from you. The second thing that I realized is I was just emailing them all about me. I changed my script entirely. I've got a video on cold call script, and the link is in the description below. But what I started doing is talking to them about what's in it for them. And if you want to be successful approaching a client about anything, stop thinking about yourself. First, be a relatable human, be a real human, show up in a real way where you can build a relationship. That's phone calls, Zoom calls, or showing up in person. Second, is talk to them about what's in it for them. Don't ever talk to a prospect about them. So I went from saying, this is Keegan, New Media Retailer, we're a brand new business, and wow, aren't we so cool, to actually going to the client and being like, hey, do you have this problem? Do you not have any time to update your website? Do you not know how? Is it costing you an arm and a leg? Is anybody running your digital marketing for you? Yeah. they would say, those are some of my problems. Oh, cool. Yeah, tell me about those. And I would maybe agitate the problems a little. Yeah, no matter what you try, everybody keeps charging you another big fee, right? To rebuild the website. Or you hire somebody to do social media and then they leave and go to a new job and now you're stuck and your pages go static and the voice changes and everything. Yeah, that sounds like me. Those are my problems. Well, now let me tell you about New Media Retailer and how we solve those problems for small business owners like you. I think we can help. And at that point, I'd already developed a relationship because I'd shown up as a real human over the phone over and over again and by email, and they started to know, hey, this guy actually cares about my business. Then when I talked to them, I only thought, what's in it for them? What's in it for them, until they turned the corner and said, okay, tell me how you can help me. And that's how we started growing our business and scaled it to $3 million. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment below if you have any questions. Thanks for joining me, and please subscribe to this channel. I greatly appreciate it because we're sharing all types of insights about what you need to do to grow your small business to the heights that it deserves to grow to. Thanks so much for joining me. We'll catch you in the next video.